Hi friends, welcome. I'm going to show you how to do a quick black and white edit in Lightroom and then take it over to a program called Alien Skin Exposure X. I use Alien Skin Exposure X to enhance my Lightroom edits, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I began to edit this image with LS6 Hard, which is a preset by Lindsay Saunders that you can get inside the Academy. Basically, I use this preset as a base, and then I use the tone curve to create an S-curve just to kind of enhance the contrast and add some matte. You don't have to do that, but it just is based on your preference. So I'm going to do this fairly quickly, but remember that we have a lot of editing videos inside the Academy, and we welcome you there to check those out as well. So this is kind of where I would go with my edit for here. I would also take the time to remove any blemishes and to kind of brighten the eyes a bit. But for time's sake, I'm going to just bring this right over to Alien Skin. The best part is that you can bring your edit right over with you. It's very quick. And you can go through and add some of these filters or presets, whatever you want to call them. You can use these as well, which is great. And another perk of this is that you can add one and then decrease the overall intensity of that, which is super cool. And you don't have to, you can kind of limit how much of the preset is taken on in the image. So my favorite part of Alien Skin is adding contrast. I find that the contrast is very bold and I love it. I tend to bring down the exposure while I'm here, and I'm not entirely sure why I love that so much, but I find that it gives a very soft effect to lowering it, as opposed to if I was to lower it here, it kind of flattens everything, but lowering it in Alien Skin, I feel like doesn't take it down as quickly. So it's more of a gradual decrease in exposure, which I like. I feel like I have more control. So another perk is the sharpening tool. I think that the sharpening is even more crisp here in Alien Skin as opposed to Lightroom. So even when I'm using a Lightroom preset, I will remove the sharpening of that specific preset and I will then sharpen inside Alien Skin because of my preference to that. And lastly, another main feature that I always use in Alien Skin is the grain. You can increase the overall grain. This is very similar to how it is in Lightroom. When you increase grain in Lightroom, you're increasing it in the shadows, highlights, and midtones throughout the entire image. However, in Alien Skin, you can increase the grain in just the shadows. As you can see, it's picking up in the shadows here. And it's not picking up inside the highlights. So let's remove it from the shadows and let me show you. Here, we are adding grain to the highlights. In real film, typically the grain is found mostly in the shadows, so my preference is to add it just to the shadows, a little bit more to the shadows, I should say, than anywhere else. So I will do that, and then that is pretty much how I use Alien Skin. I feel like it just gives a really beautiful, crisp finish. Once again, I welcome you to join us in the Academy to learn more and see more of my personal edits, but there's also a lot of amazing artists editing in there, and I think you could learn a lot. So hopefully this was helpful, and thank you all so much for watching.